YouTube, new box is here, and it is top. Well, I hope it's top tier. We're gonna see. We're gonna look at different league. We're gonna. Well, sorry about that. We're gonna see what's inside it, and yeah, let's take a look. All right, where are we? Why can I not get to this new box? Okay. Stage of the Trickstar. Oh, okay. Whoa, I already see a few cards that are going to be in here. So we're going to drop right down the cards that were released. So we're getting number C32, Chartreuse Vice. Okay, this was in the anime, if anyone watches EXO. Okay, this card is also in a skill, and it doesn't do anything. I don't know why we're getting this now. This card's not good. So you can summon this using Shark Drake as an exceed material. During either player's turn, if you have 1,000 or less, you can banish it, detach one material and banish one monster from the grave, then target one base-up monster in the field. It loses. The target's attack and defense becomes 0 until the end of the turn. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't really do anything. Getting Shark Drake out by itself is a pain in the neck. I'm sure somebody will do it, but there's no way for Shark. It might be better than what I think it is because, you see, if you get out Shark Drake and you can summon this without the skill with Territory or something like that, then you might be able to OTK over something like this. But this takes a lot of resources to make. A lot. And when I say a lot, it's a lot because you can't summon during it. You have to summon this with Shark Drake. So you have to use 3 monsters to make it. So yeah. And another extra deck monster on top of it. So, there's that. Alright. Trickstar All the Angels. So if nobody knows how Trickstar work. They basically revolve around a lot of burn effects. They're going to try to burn you. I don't know if we're getting reincarnation. We're going to also look at the skills too. I don't know if we're getting reincarnation or not. But reincarnation, if you don't know what it does, it banishes your whole hand. Then it triggers all your Trickstar effects and you start burning the hell out of your opponent. And just reciprocating damage and burning them. Anyway, that's pretty much that. Anyway, Holy Angel takes 2 Trickstars each time a Trickstar is normal or special summoned to a zone that this points to. Inflict 100 damage to your opponent. Right off the bat, that doesn't seem very good. Because 100 damage is not really going to scare your opponent. Unless you can reciprocate this. There has to be a way that this is going to be good. Trickstar monsters this card points to cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. If your opponent takes any damage by a Trickstar's effect, this card gains attack equal to the damage they took. Well, until the end of the turn. One downside right off the bat, the Holy Angel, is that the max attack that you can gain is 100 right off the bat. If you deal like 100 damage, not that you can't. First of all, this alone will only gain 200 attack because you can only summon 2 Trickstars to 2 of its own. Well, actually, 1 of its own, since it points down right. It has the worst arrows for Duel Links. So you can only really gain 100 attack off Holy Angel by yourself, which is kind of a downside. So you're gonna have to deal damage via other effects to make her good. On her own, she doesn't seem really that good, but we'll see as she goes along. I think she could be good with like other effects that coincide with her and work with her well together. Shooting Code Talker. 2+ Cyberse type monsters. In starting battle phase, you can activate this effect. This battle phase, this card can make attacks on opponent's monsters up to the number of monsters this card currently points to +1. That's... Wait, how many arrows does this have? So... This card is very awkward. Okay. So, the arrows of this card point up, down, and left. So, immediately, in order to make the most use of Shooting Card Talker, you really need your opponent to have 1 card in the far left or right zone to where you would drop Shooting Code if they don't summon first, but most of the time, if you're going to kill with this thing, you're going to have to summon second, so you're going to need to have a zone open. Otherwise, you're doing a double attack with this. Unless you manage to summon this down one of the extra monster zone, you have something up there. The thing with this card is this card seems like it takes a lot of work. It's good, but it takes a lot of work. That's the problem. So in order for this card to really lethal your opponent, well, the way to maybe do this might be through the trap. Okay, so remember Recoded Alive? You might want to use this Recoded Alive. So if you go into like Decode Talker, so this card only has to point at a monster. So if you summon Decode to the open extra the zone below the open extra monster zone, you're gonna get another attack. Which means that you already have the arrow below this, and if you can get this to an arrow above it, then you can use Shooting Code to that advantage. You also summon this under Decode Talker. This can also be summoned out with Recoded Alive by itself. That's another thing. Recoded Alive, because this is a Code Talker, can summon this out of the extra deck, which makes this infinitely easier. Okay, now I see what this card can become a little bit good. The problem is that at that point you have a 2300 attack monster. You're gonna have to figure out another way on top of that to summon like a Flame Administrator, or summon out something such as an Encode Talker on top of it to try to boost this thing, or Power Code or something like that. But this card could be quite good if we can figure out the best way to use it. But this card can OTK the heck out of your opponent. Also, so it makes attacks on your opponent's monsters up to the card this currently points to +1. So immediately, if you point to a monster, this makes 2 attacks, right? So if you point to one monster, this makes 2 attacks. So it's a BLS, essentially, like backwards, which is a bad version of it. If you point to 2 monsters, this makes 3 attacks. If you can abuse this with like Encode Talker or Power Code Talker, this card can be very good. I see this card having a load of potential in the future. I don't know how good it is right now, but definitely in the future, if there are easier ways to combo and link summon and abuse combos, this card could be very strong. Also, another thing is, when this attacks your opponent's monster, it loses 400 attack. Well, that's kind of sad. During damage calc only. During that damage calc only. Okay. At the end of each battle phase, you could draw cards equal to the number of monsters this card destroyed by battle this turn. This could be good if you wanted to draw it to like DD Crow, but by the time you get to that point, how useful would Crow be? I don't know, this card's awkward. Like, it's a good finisher. I don't think the second effect is going to be that relevant, because you don't have a main phase 2. I mean, like, most of the time when you go into this, you're going to be finishing your opponent off. This is a good finisher that could become more powerful as we get more link support. I think it's okay right now, but I think it will get better in the future. So, it's kind of in a weird spot. We're getting... Oh, shit. Yeah, I played Ratbox back in the day. Like I said, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Since 2003. So I played Ratbox back in the day. And this, I had a Secret Lily. I had Injection Fairy Lily as a secret rare in the deck. This brings back memories when I went to a regional with this. Funny story. I like to tell you all my life stories on YouTube. In the regionals, I had a bunch of people sniping me. So I had a bunch of people telling everyone my opponent's their hand, my hand. So everyone's saying, hey, Sean has Lily in his hand. So you're like, I'm like, hey, stop that. I actually had, I think, Lily Giant Rat Pyramid Turtle land. It was a long time ago. Basically, if you didn't know Ratbox, you ran Giant Rat Pyramid Turtle with Creature Swap. You try to give them your opponent's monsters. So you could swing over your Pyramid Turtle or your Rats to summon Lily out of the deck. It was all fluey. And you would use Vampire Lord to control your opponent, Ryokoki. Way back in the day, but really fun. Lily can trigger skills. I can see people trying to use them with D-Draw and try to be degenerate. but it's funny. We'll definitely have to try beam deck with this, at least. Dragoons, all level 3 or low. Oh my gosh, we're getting Dragoons. This is nuts. All level 3 or lower sea serpents can attack your opponent directly. The main thing with this, and why this card is insanely good, first of all, this can search Deep Sea Diva. Actually, what are all the ice barriers? That's actually really interesting for like some ice barrier stuff. Let me take a look at something for a second. I think most of them are aqua, but I think a few of them are sea serpent. So, ice barrier. Okay. What is Revealer? I think Revealer is a spellcaster. I think Revealer is a spellcaster, yeah. Okay, so it's not that good for ice barriers. Most of the synchros are dragons, yeah. Except for Bria, which happens to be sea serpent, oddly enough. Okay, so it's not going to search into that. But it can search Diva, I believe. I believe Diva is a sea serpent, and she is. So you could search Diva with this. This card was really good in a deck in the TCG called Merlantian, which was Mermel Atlantean. And you would use this commonly with Megalo and Tias, which we do have. Is it good enough to make Mermel meta? I don't know. Probably not. They're still missing a few cards that could really make them pop off, but also they were only in a 4-card hand, so it kind of have to give them a lot of resources. This is a very interesting card to get now. But you could probably do some cool stuff with Abysstias. So right off the bat, you can pitch Dragoons to search Diva. So now Diva's searchable. What is Undine? I think Undine's actually a machine. Gen X Undine is an aqua. It's actually an aqua. Okay. So let me just search up some common sea serpent cards in the game, and we can get a feel on what we can search. Can I please go by type? Okay. So we're gonna look up sea serpent immediately. Diva's the first thing that comes to mind. You can search Teach's serpent. Nobody's gonna use it for that reason, but that's hilarious. You could search Gishki Ching, Gladiator Beast Vespasius. So, there's quite a few cards you could search in this game. I think Murmels are the most prominent. So, yeah, and Diva as well. Diva's a pretty good one to search. And as well as all the Atlantean support are all sea serpents. So, yeah, that's the one thing you kind of want to keep in mind with that. Those are all searchable. And, yeah, we could have used that whole engine with it. So, there you go. Okay. Next is Exceed Remora. Remora special summons itself by detaching 2 materials from monsters you control. You could target 2 level 4. Sorry about that. You can target 2 level 4 monsters in your grave, special summon those targets in face-up defense, and their effects are negated. They cannot attack or change their battle positions and cannot be used for seed summon except for water. So this extends. So immediately if you go into something like... Well, at that point, then you have 2 monsters on the field already. You can go into like Hope Woven, Detach 2, summon this, and then summon 2 more out and make another Exceed. I don't know. I think this card's kind of pointless, but we'll see as we go along. It could swarm the field, but if you're putting out a bunch of monsters and just burning your resources to swarm the field, it's not that great. But it's interesting. To throw a bunch of bodies on the field is a little bit interesting. You could do this off like Bahamut Shark too, but then you don't get the effect, which is not really great. I mean, the thing is, Hope Woven doesn't have to be destroyed with material necessarily. So you can go like Spider Shark, Detach 2, summon this, and then bring back 2. I guess you could do this. I guess this is a quick way to summon out Shark Drake Vice. Because you go into Remora off like a Hope Woven, and then you summon 3 essentially, because you summoned the 2 fish that you would go into. And they have to be fish, so you can't do this with like Diva. You have to do this with specifically, like, you know, like, what is that? Shark. Buzzsaw shark. And then do it that way, which is interesting. And like Silent Angler or something like that. And then summon those two, and then you go into your shark trick, and then your advice. Interesting. I don't know how good it's going to be, but it's interesting. Cat Shark. 2 level 2 monsters. While this card has an exceed monster that was original water, cannot be destroyed in battle. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you target this material from this card. And target 1 rank 4 lower exceed you control. Its attack become double until the end of this turn. Oh my gosh, I see this cheesing in Phantom Knights. Alright, the one deck that I think really can abuse this is Phantom Knights. And you're gonna say, they're not water. Okay, reason why is, they can OTK with this very easily over a lot of things. So what they can do is you can make break swords. So one thing you can do, now the only thing is break sword locks you in the dark. So you're gonna have to make this before you make break sword. Alright. So you go into Cat Shark and you're using the other skill, Water. Alright. So you use Canadia plus whatever. Other, it could be 2 Canads, it could be additional Phantom Knight, whatever. And then you make Cat Shark. Then they can go into a break sword after that. And then break sword pop, summon like Dark Rebellion, and then double the attack of Dark Rebellion over what it had. The only thing is it will lose the boost. It will lose the boost of whatever Rebellion would have gained, but you could make Rebellion like 5,000 attack, which is kind of nuts. It could also double the attack of a break sword and make it 4k attack. So you have to be careful. Phantom Knights might abuse this, so be careful. Oh, Alios. Oh, I know my boy Steven is thrilled with this. Without even having to do anything else, he's already thrilled with this. We're getting more stall support. This will be a fun deck to play for me, but I think my boy Steven's gonna have a blast with this. I know he's looking forward to this. All you need is, if you don't know what it does, you target 1 set spell or trap, destroy it. So this is back. Oh no, it doesn't have to be set. Just any spell or trap. So this is back remover, really good. And then, as any Paleo does, when a trap is activated, as long as it's not chain blocked, you can go ahead and special summon another Paleo from the grave, so it can summon itself. All Paleos do it. It can summon themselves like that. So really, really good. And then you can swarm the field. And then we're getting Ophibania. Ophibania is crazy. It's unaffected by monster effects. You can activate traps from the end, and you detach the material to add a Paleo trap from your deck to your hand. So already really, really good. You go into Ophibania, and then you can add any trap from the deck to the hand. So really, really strong. And like I said, unaffected by any monster effect. Any Paleo track, I should say. Canadia, Ophibania. You can add, what's some others? Hallucigenia. Any one of those. Really good. Okay. So now the other supports we're getting in this box is Trickstar Lycaris. So Lycaris, you reveal this in the hand, target a Trickstar, special summon it from the hand, and then you return the other monster to your hand. And it can't target itself. Each time a card is added to your opponent's hand, you inflict 100 damage for each. And that includes them drawing cards and whatnot. So that's interesting. You have to bounce your own cards, so this is kinda interesting. You have to target a Trickstar you control and bounce it, so I don't know how good this is. We need ways to swarm in the field. If we can get ways to swarm, then this card could be good. Candina is the best one on summon. She's basically Stratos, normal summon. Except that it's only a normal summon. You can add 1 Trickstar card, any card, from your deck to your hand. And each time your opponent activates a spell or trap, you burn them for 100. So again, this will all stack. If you give multiple Trickstars on the field, I can see how this could win, because then it's all going to stack. Okay. Oh, we're getting Marincess. Oh my goodness. I was just playing this in If you guys were on my Twitch stream the other day, you know we just went and got Marincess. You know, you were there yesterday. I was like, oh yeah, let's casually build Marincess and see how good it is. Okay. We are dominating in the Synchro, in the Link event with it. This card, depending on how much support we get, but Coral Anemone is one of the best ones for Marincess. This card is ridiculous. Now, you can't search them off Dragoons because they're all cybers. But Coral Anemone is really, really powerful. And I'm going to go over what she does. She takes 2 water monsters, and you target 1 water monster in your grave. This is going to be used in waters in general, with 1500 or less, and special summon it to your field. So she's basically a free extender. And if it's sent from the field to the grave, you get to add any Marincess card in your graveyard to your hand. So in Master Duel, you use her to climb into your great bubble, or you're climbing into your big boss monster, which is Aqua Argonaut, or Coral Triangle, which you go into Argonaut. I don't know. I haven't looked at any of the skills. I don't know what skills are what, but man, alive am I happy to see this. If they give us enough Marincess support, we're cogging with it. I'm telling you right now. I am telling you right now. We are cogging with Marincess if we get enough support of it. Because this card is very good. And I'm very happy to see this with spells for future potential. Yes. I'm really enjoying Marincess and Master Duel right now. So keep giving us support in Duel Links. Diagusto Phoenix. 2 level 2 monsters. Once per turn, detach it. This is going to be in my vampire deck. I can make this a retainer. I can actually make Cat Shark. I might be able to do some funny things from vampires with both Cat Shark and this. Once per turn, detach a material. Target 1 face-up win, so Phoenix, and it can attack twice during the battle phase. Pretty cool stuff. You can make it with 2 Elders too. Princess Pikachu cannot be normal summon to set. Okay. Oh, this card was terrible when it came out, and it's probably still terrible. Except by trial, the princesses during the standby phase gain 800 life. Great. For each monster you control. If it manages to live. Princess Curran. This card cannot be normal, so to set. Except by trial, the princesses during the standby phase inflict 300 for each monster they control. Excellent. Okay. Binary Sorceress. This takes 2 links, 2 monsters except tokens. This card gains the effects based on the amount of cards co-linked to this card. This is interesting. When the co-link monster battles, when its monster inflict battle damage to them, you can gain that much life. Okay. Once per turn, you can target 2 face-up monsters you control. If you have 2 of them co-linked, half the attack of 1 monster, and if you do that lost, add that lost attack of another monster. I mean, this could have been so much better if this was your opponent's spot. So I was going to say this could be an out in something like maybe World Chalice to big monsters, but I don't see it. Actually, shooting code in World Chalice. But they're not all cybers, that's the problem. This takes 2 cybers. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. This could have been something. This could have been something in World Chalice. But it's not. Okay. Mistar Boy takes 2 waters. We have this in the event. We really don't have to go over it too much. All waters gain 500 attack and defense. All fires lose 400 attack and defense. And if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you add a water from the grave to your hand. Feline Hydra takes 2 monsters except tokens. Gains 300 attack for each monster co-linked to this card. Okay. So right away against Salamangreat, it's very easy to co-link this. Just arrow this up to Sunlight Wolf. It's 1900 right off the bat. You could target 1 level 1 link 3 or lower monster co-link to this card. Tribute it if you do. Special summon VLAN tokens equal to the tribute monster. Wait a minute! Can you tribute a co-link Sunlight Wolf? Can you make this in like tribute summon? Tribute the... No, because I don't even think Decode Talker... No, because that would be crazy! I don't think you could do that, but... Oh my gosh! If you can, that's nuts! And then you summon 2 tokens equal to the rating. So you would summon 2 tokens. And then you can't summon as the link rating of the targeted monster until the end of the turn. And this can be generic. You can make this thing in like, you can make this in World Chalice, because it just takes 2 generics. Interesting. Sea Archiver, okay, we know what this does. If a monster is normal, special summon to link points to. Special summon this card from your graveyard, or from your hand. Trickstar Bloom takes 1 level. Okay, so this is the link 1. If this card is link summoned, you can make your opponent draw 1 card. That sounds terrible. If a base of Trickstar, this card is destroyed by battle card effect, you can inflict 100 damage each card in their hand. I mean, without looking too deep into this card sounds terrible. In the way, why would you ever want to make your opponent +1? You better have a good way to deal damage if that's gonna be the case. Okay. Restoration Point Guard. If another monster is linked summoned, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. For the rest of the turn, if it would link monster... Wait. If another monster is linked summoned, this card cannot be destroyed. Okay, right off the bat, this sounds very interesting. Because right off the bat, this takes 2 level 2 or lower monsters. Now, if you know your opponent is the link summon to do anything, then this gets immediate protection from battle or card effects. Which is not bad, being a link 2. If a link monster is link summoned using this card as material is destroyed by battle or card effect, while this card is in the graveyard, you special summon this card. Interesting. So right off the bat, the first effect of this card is not bad. So if you summon this thing, and this thing can prevent you from dying, this card's not bad. Because that means your opponent has to go out of the way to kill it. So if you have extra materials, maybe like World Challenge, you might be able to summon this thing. Oh no, this takes 2 cybers, never mind. This thing's not bad though. Hip Hoshinigin. All light monsters gain 500 attack. All dark monsters and this card is destroyed. You add 1 light monster in your graveyard to your hand. Cool. Same thing for lights. Trickstar Devaritus takes 2 level 3, so it's a link 2. Card special summon, you can inflict 100 damage to your opponent. If you put it normal specials, they take 100. Okay, so this is practical. So right away, it burns them for 100, but if they normal or special, they're going to take 100 damage. Which can add up, depending on how much they do and how many effects you have on the field. Special Borg, if you control no monsters, you can special summon this from the hand. By discarding a Cybers, all monsters your opponent controls with 500 attack. Okay. I think all these we already have in the game. Yeah, we have these in the game already. We don't have we didn't go for the normals though. Giant Germ inflicts 250. We're getting Giant Germ. So if this thing is destroyed by battle, you summon out 2 germs, and then you can inflict 250 damage. And the TCG is 500. Dark Room of Nightmare deals 150 damage each time damage is dealt. Trial of the Princess is equips to only White Magician or Ebon Magician Pikachu. If the equipped monster destroy the level 5 or higher monster in battle this turn, tribute it. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. So you have to equip this and destroy the monster? Yeah, no, that's terrible. Trickstar Mandrake. If this card sent from the hand or graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense, but banish it when it leaves the field. This card sent to the graveyard is linked material for a Trickstar monster. You can target one monster on its link points to and destroy it. Okay, that's pretty good. Well, no, because against Salamangreat, they're just gonna protect anyway. In general, that's not bad. Okay, that's not bad. Trickstar Rodode. You discard one Trickstar monster card, then trigger the link monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Okay, this is revised the links. Can only activate Rodode once per turn. Each time cards banished from your opponent's graveyard, they take 100 for each card banished. Latency. These cards are added from your graveyard to the end, special summon it. At this card summoned this way is sent to the grave as link material, draw one card. Okay. Swap Cleric. This card sent to the grave as link material. You can have that link monster lose 500 attack, then draw one card. Okay, this isn't bad. This card's good. This card's actually pretty dang good, depending if you can get it on the field consistently enough. The problem is you're using your normal summon a lot for a debug, but to draw one card right off the bat is pretty good. And most of the time, the first link you go into, you don't even care that you're going to lose 500 attacks. So that's already good off the bat. Yeah, this card's pretty solid. If you could use this with, what's the card? Microcoder. And then go into like L phase or something, and then draw an additional card. That's already pretty good. So this card's nice. I like it. Brave Drive. Once per turn, when your Cyberus monster declares an attack, you discard one monster, and then the attacking monster gains 600 attack. Okay, whatever. Seahorse. Oh, this is C-Star. No, we are getting Seahorse. Okay. Seahorse is one of the better Marincess monsters. You do use this at 3 in Master Duel. So, what she can do, and I can tell you without even reading the card, is that she can target a Link monster that a Link arrow is open, and then special summon herself. So, then she summons herself, and then you immediately can start linking off into, like, Marincess cards. Very, very good. She helps you link climb really fast. So, very nice. And also, during the main phase, except the turn she's sent to the grave, you can banish her and special summon a Marincess out of the hand. So, very, very good. Very happy to see her. You can send this card from the end of the graveyard, target a Marincess card you control. Gains 100 to the end of the turn. You can only use C-Star up to twice per turn. Okay. Pikachu, Curran. We already have all this in Duel Links, I think. Yeah, I think we already have this in Duel Links. Oh, I don't know if we have... Okay. Yeah, we do. We have all this in Duel Links, I think. Okay, yeah. Fairy Arch, I know what % we have. Okay. So, Marincess. Very good. Alright, let me see if I can pull up the skills. Here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to pull up some skills. Do we have any? We do. Okay. And we do have Marincess. We do have 2 Marincess skills. Okay. 3, actually. At the beginning of the duel, add 1 Candina, add 1 Lilybell, then add 1 Holly Angel to your extra deck. Okay. So we're going over the Trickstar skills first. Okay, then add a Holly Angel, and the following effect can be used once per turn. Select 1 non-link Trickstar monster you control, and move that to the main monster zones. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I can move it to the main monster. Interesting. Holly Angel Trick. The effect damage of whose name is Trickstar Holly Angel will be doubled. Okay, so now she'll deal 200 for each. Interesting. Trickstar Trick can be used if your opponent controls a monster that has a special summon for the extra deck. Send 1 Trickstar monster from the graveyard to the hand. The normal draw for the next opponent's turn after using the skill becomes 3 cards. And at the end of the turn, banish the random cards in your opponent's hand equal to the number of Trickstar cards in your grave. That sounds terrible. That sounds really bad. Because if you do that, you're giving your opponent the ability to OTK you. See, you're -1ing yourself to... You're going -1 to give them 3 cards. But then they can just play around it, and they'll just put cards in their hand that they don't even want to be banished, that they're gonna... Oh my gosh. I don't like it. Trickstar Gate can be used if your opponent's life points. If your life points are 2,000 or below, send the cards from the top deck grave up to the number of Trickstars you control. And you can add 1 Trickstar from your grave to your hand. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Marincess Transcend. Ascend 1 Marincess effect monster you control to the graveyard and add 1 Marincess from your deck to your hand. That is 1 level higher than the original monster sent to the grave. During this turn, you cannot normal summon or summon any monsters except Marincess monsters. The card can only be used with an extra deck that controls water or cybers. Okay. No monsters other than water cybers. Okay. Can only be used once per duel. Heart Creation. Change all Link 2 Marincess Link monsters you control to Marincess Crystal Art. Oh my gosh! Oh my... Oh, depending on how much Marincess support, but I don't see anything with the level up rewards. We'll have to see if we get more. Oh, that would be crazy. We need a Link 3 though. Oh my... That... The monster changed with the skill. Ah, but I can't be used as Link material. Why? So you can't use this Link material. Transcend seems interesting. Transcend seems interesting. If you were able to use this as Link material, that would be crazy. Yeah. Okay. So, interesting stuff. Other than that, yeah, okay, there's one more skill can be used during your normal draw after your life points decreased by 1,500. One of your draws will be a Trickstar Marincess. Okay, so the skills don't look... Transcend looks okay. I think Transcend has got the most potential. Yeah, so other than that, not too much to look at. And yeah, until next time. I think this box is pretty solid. It's okay. Do I think it's meta-defining? I think Paleozic honestly might be the best thing out of the box. I don't think we got enough Marincess support yet. But we'll see. We'll see what she drops anywhere else. Until next time, Sean Matrai, signing.